All right, shalom, shalom. I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachakodash. I want to give double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing and many salutations to you, elect Akyam, across the four winds of this earth, kicking this word in sincerity and in truth. I'm the brother Sha'ar from the Great Millstone Dallas camp, coming at you all with another lesson through the Spirit. Lord, willing, it's edifying. What a time it is, what a time it is, what a wonderful time it is. All right. It's like as soon as news hit today that the coronavirus, well, not even just today. So I should say as soon as the news hit that the coronavirus that came to America, shit's been a whirlwind. All right. It's been a complete, excuse my French, but it's going to been a complete shitstorm all throughout the country. And what we're bearing witness to is prophecy that was foretold to take place, happening right before our eyes in a very mass scale. Now this virus, so-called, all right, it could all be a hoax. It could all be Esau shenanigans to push the chip. But we do know at the same time that the Lord did say that he was going to bring pestilence to this place. So at the end of the day, what's being done is prophecy being fulfilled. And we see the NBA to suspend all games indefinitely right now in the season until they get things situated. You have a number of celebrities that have came down with this quote unquote coronavirus. All right, there's an article that just came out in the news that Tom Hanks and his wife, all right, matter of fact, it says breaking news, Tom Hanks and his wife Rita Wilson test positive for coronavirus after they had chills while he filmed for Baz Luhrmann's unnamed Elvis Presley film in Australia. All right. So now these celebrities are being touched. You have the Utah Jazz's center, Rudy Gobert, that tested positive for the coronavirus. And there was also a goalie, a famous goalie that tested positive as well. Okay. So we definitely see the mirth of this place being brought down in shambles. So I'm going to bring out a few scriptures, Lord willing, it's edifying, and I've been studying, but it's been so hard to stay focused on studying. All right, not in a negative light, but looking at the WhatsApp and the different points the brothers are making, the different articles the brothers are going into. At the end of the day, it's all studying anyway. But the Spirit moved me to have to speak on this. Is where I'm getting at pretty much. Okay, and the Spirit moved me to go into this. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 24, verse 8. It reads, "The mirth of tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice endeth, the joy of the harp ceaseth." And ultimately that's going into music, and mirth means happiness, and tabrets and harps are instruments of they're instruments, music instruments. Okay, but when you go into music and the harp, that's synonymous for joy, that's synonymous for happiness. That's why I went into the mirth. But it's saying that this is ceasing right now. The mirth of America is falling apart. Verse 9. They shall not drink wine with they shall not drink wine with the song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. The city of confusion is broken down. All right, which we ultimately understand. Sorry, I'm so excited. My tongue's getting twisted. Okay, but we ultimately understand that the city of confusion goes back to Babylon, because when you go into that name Babylon, that means confusion. And when you go into Babylon today, that is America. All right. Now we understand that with America falling, there's going to be other countries that are going to fall in the midst as well. But Babylon is the cream of the crop when it comes to the wickedness that has been spread forth and multiplied throughout the earth here in these latter days. Okay. And it says it's broken down, and Babylon is being broken down right now. Now these people are starting to see that you can definitely be touched by the Most High. Okay. It says every house is shut up and no man may come in. Now that hasn't necessarily happened yet, but the way things are looking, we see that more so closer than farther away. It says there is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. Okay. And these scriptures are speaking louder than ever right now, man. We've been telling you this for so long, starting with our apostles and elders. We've been telling you this for so long that these things were going to come to pass, and they are. All right, and for us that's been speaking of it, it's bringing joy unto us. Brothers are screaming, call Allah, Yahweh, Bashim, Yahweh Shai, a bunch of LOLs on the chats and everything, because we see that we are right. And that ultimate I told you so, that I told you so is going to be so sweet. And that I told you so is right around the corner. I mean, we're already seeing it. But that ultimate I told you so, when everything is brought down to shambles, is right around the corner. What it's looking like right now, and again, this is just me speaking as a man, the way these things are operating with this whole coronavirus situation, I wouldn't be surprised if Esau was to push the mark of the beast as an alternative, okay, to this, because as we see this coronavirus uproar spreading, the stock market is pummeling right now. Stock market is pummeling. Different jobs are getting ready to let people go. They're getting ready to cut people. Okay, this is going to be utter chaos out here very soon. Now, I don't know. We don't know exactly the time that all this is going to happen. But the way things are going right now, it's definitely looking like it's right around the corner. I mean, we could very well possibly be off the corners very soon. Okay, I got another precept I'm going to pull up, and it's going to be in the book of Luke, the 6th chapter. And let me see where I want to start off at. I'm going to start at verse 24, okay? Because earlier this lesson went into these different celebrities that's coming down with the coronavirus. And these are only the known cases right now, okay? Just like what's going on in Italy, just like what's going on in China, just like what's going on in different parts of the earth. This is only the beginning. But now you have these people that walked around with all this money feeling like they couldn't be touched. Now they're being touched. This is Luke chapter 6, verse 24. And Yahweh Shai said, but woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your consolation. Woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. Woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep. Woe unto you when men shall speak well of you, for so did their fathers to the false prophets. Okay. Now you see the rich, they've received their consolation. They've received goods unjustly gotten, and not even just the rich too, but a lot of you, these women that are out here too. Okay. They're getting ready to be touched in a very dramatic way. It's getting ready to get serious out here. Okay. And as we see these people falling down, as these people have been in mirth, they've been enjoying, they've been singing. All right. They've been living life deliciously. All right. We've been in a sorrowful state. Okay. Not that we've been walking around with our heads down like doom and gloom, but it's been vexing seeing wickedness multiply. It's been vexing seeing people do wickedness and be appraised for it. But now we see these people receiving that consolation. Now we see these people getting ready to reap what they sow, and their sorrow is getting ready to turn to our joy, while our joy is getting ready to turn to their sorrow, if that makes sense. And we're seeing this now, and this is only the beginning of sorrows, man. Just like in ancient Egypt, when the Lord was bringing his plagues, when the Lord stretched his hand over Egypt and smited Egypt, mind you, that did take a process of time as well, but it happened. Okay, definitely happened. And you find it so ironic that these things are popping off like fireworks right after the Passover, man. Okay, right after the Passover. Back in ancient Egypt, again, like I stated earlier, it took a process of time for those different plagues to happen, but those plagues did happen and Egypt did fall. We're getting ready to be prepared for the most dramatic falling of a kingdom the world has ever seen. Call Allah Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Loving it. This is beautiful. This is the book of John, chapter 16. And I'm going to just read verse 20. It says, verily, verily, I say unto you, that ye shall weep and lament, but the world shall rejoice. And this is a period of time where we were weeping and lamenting, and the world was living in mirth, was living in happiness. Okay? Walking around like they couldn't be touched. People on the comment boards saying all manner of evil that they wanted to say. People saying that we sound crazy. Hell, there was just a Jake. Hold on. there was just a Jake that had came up to me on Friday when I was at camp, talking about the Lord isn't going to bring judgment, talking about the Lord isn't going to do these different things. All right. I wonder what he has to say now. And again, this is only the beginning of it, man. All right. But these people were walking around, smiles in their face, especially when you go out to the highways and see these people. They walk around in a cheery state like they can't be touched. But now they're starting to get a little worried. Now they're starting to get a little bit scared because they see that this situation isn't just blowing over as they thought it would. Now Trump declared that if you plan on traveling to Europe, he cut that out. All right. And the scriptures say in the book of 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, that you shall not be able to go from city to city. Okay. Best believe that this thing can definitely bring in martial law. Even out there in Europe. Even out there in New York, there's pretty much martial law that's being declared out there. And don't think that it's just only going to be in those regions. We've been telling you this, that this stuff was going to spread like wildfire. We've been telling you this, that this stuff is going to get worse, and it has. And it's so ironic. The Apostle Har did a lesson on this earlier today as well. And Dabu 7 talked about this a few days ago. There was a chariot. Salak, if it sounds like I'm all over the place, but it's just the timing of all of this. That's why I'm bringing this point out. But there was a massive chariot that was recorded in space that was bigger than the size of planet Earth that was coming toward Earth, man. All these things are happening at the same time. The Lord is working. And our time for lamentation and our time of mourning and weeping is coming to an end. Brothers, it's time to have joy. Of course, understanding that we aren't in salvation just yet. Okay, but at the same time, that doesn't mean that you lose joy. We're supposed to be in joy right now, man, because the Lord is getting ready to come soon. The Lord is getting ready to bring judgment to this wicked whore. He's getting ready to bring judgment to the proud, to the lofty, and he's getting ready to humble them. And it's very joyful seeing these different things, man. Now, of course, we keep our eyes on the prize. We keep our loins girt. We do these different things that we've practiced and we've spoken of. All right. As we've been saying, now it's time to put our money where our mouth is. Okay. But this should bring joy unto us, man. I'm going to continue reading this in John 16. And ye shall be sorrowful, but your sorrow shall be turned to joy. A woman, when she is in travail, hath sorrow, because her hour is come. But as soon as she is delivered of the child, she remembereth no more the anguish for joy that a man is born in the world. All right. So we getting ready to come to that point, like when that child is born and there is no more anguish. Hey, Yahushua is getting ready to come back. Yahushua is coming back. That's why all these things are taking place on the earth. These are these birth pains, and they're only going to get more dramatic as time forwards. It's not going to retract. All right. Now we understand with birth pains, if it does retract, it's only going to be for a small amount of time. But we see these contractions getting closer. That's what I mean. And every time something happens, it's something bigger than before. Now, I'm not too old. I'm only 29 years old. But I will say in my 29 years of existence, I've never seen things get this bad and this serious. OK. And when I say bad, I mean bad to these people that are out here. Of course, it's good to us. But I mean, I should say more chaotic. I mean, they literally suspended the NBA season. You know how much money that's going to lose and miss out on? This is bigger than the lockout. People can't travel to Europe no more. I've never bore witness to this before. The stock market just got brought down even more, and it broke a record. It's just as bad as 2008. Now, that's something to have joy in. We've been speaking on these things, and these things are surely coming to pass, man. Call Halal Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. You've received your constellation. And when I say you, I'm talking to the world. Starting with Esau, Edom, on down to the 2/3 of our own people. They've received that constellation. And now it's coming to an end through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Racha Kodash. So I'm going to end this lesson off on that. Lord willing, this was edifying. Be of good cheer. Be of good cheer. We getting ready to get the hell up out of here, man. All right. Call Allah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing and many salutations to you, elect Akyam, across the four winds of this earth, kicking this word in sincerity and in truth. Shalom.